Hey, Shawnelle here with another Sew Bit. Today we're going to talk about a pattern formula. A formula to make your patterns fit right. It's called Design and Wearing Ease. It's two different measurements. So, how to explain this? All right. Wearing ease is the amount of ease that the pattern has in it to give you movability. So if you had a 40-inch hip and you cut a skirt that measured when it was done, and you followed all the seam allowances and everything correctly, when it was done and measured 40, would it fit? No. Hope you said no. You wouldn't have any movability in it. You probably wouldn't be able to get it on. But you're like, well, my hips are 40 and the skirt is 40. Why doesn't it fit? Because it doesn't have wearing ease in it. So there's a simple formula that the pattern makers make. So if you have a 40 hip, they're actually going to make the finished garment measurement be at the hip line, your true hip, the 9 inches down, more like your butt. It has to be 2.5 to 3 inches bigger. So that's the formula. 2.5. I always just say 3. It's just easier to add all that. So if that finished garment measurement was 43 inches, it fit you like a glove. It'd be like, so 3 inches isn't really very much. It's from here to here, and that's going around your body. It's not all on one side. It's little chunks around the whole skirt or the whole garment, blah blah blah. Anyway, so wearing ease. So there's a formula. It's on the bust is 2.5 to 3 inches, the hips 2.5 to 3 inches, and at the waist it's 1 inch. So if you have a 25-inch waist, aren't you lucky? Your finished garment measure would be 26 inches. Now, on patterns, you will see on the back of them, it says finished garment measurement right there. So you would actually go from your size, go down and see what that skirt's finished garment measurement is. On this case, you might see it's much bigger. This one only gives the length. Well, that's not much help. This one, there's actually, in this skirt, there's design ease also included. So design ease, think about the designer, how full they wanted that skirt. So they, making this pattern, and they thought, well, let's make it like, this big, or this big, or maybe just a little bit bigger than a straight skirt. So it's called the design ease. How much extra fabric is designed in there for the design of it, and that could just be anything. So I had this paper for my students. It says the design is the extra fullness the designer uses to create the look. Look to the garment description, and that's what we're saying. This garment, I'm not seeing it so much on descriptions anymore, but they used to say this garment is very loose fitting. So you kind of get an idea how that is. Also, I always say when you're looking at patterns, look at the person wearing it. That'll tell you a lot more than the sketch, because the sketches are always they always look really good. And you kind of get a whole idea on it. But that's what design and wearing ease is. So make sure you look at the Sew Bit from last week. It was about measuring or what pattern sizes to get, and go with that. And then if you have to alter anything, let's say you get it to fit your hip and then the waist is much different, then you'll know that you have to adjust it. Make sure that waist, if it's a fitted waist, most of them are because they sit on there, but that is 1 inch bigger. So just a simple formula, wearing ease and design ease. And then the more you get to know with sewing, the more you'll kind of understand this, and then these patterns start to fit perfectly once you know that formula. All right. See you in the next Sew Bit.